And we're live.
Hello, how's everyone doing this week, this Sunday? How's things, innit?
Are you guys enjoying Love Island tonight?
Yeah, you doing your things, And for those of you who aren't watching Love Island, what are you doing? What are you doing to keep your evenings busy? Because, every night between 9 and 10 p.m., my time is given to Love Island.
Do you use, your Sundays to recharge and get ready for the week?
Yeah, do you do that?
I'm asking you.
No, I don't do that.
Are you not, part of the influence?
No, I think that's it's dumb. I just live my life every day as I do, what's this recharging thing?
I think it's whatever helps. If it helps you.
Yeah. Obviously, don't take my word as gospel, I'm just being me. You should know this. I chat a lot of shit, Yeah,
it's whatever works for you.
But how's your week been?
Very uneventful.
Yeah.
How about you?
I went to the office 3 days this week. It's like a remote office thing. It's fine. Yeah. Wasn't too bad. Went to this place called Zambas for dinner with the team. It was not bad. They had it's very bougie. Thank God I wasn't paying, Thank God it was on that corporate credit card, because it's bougie-ish, but not I can't remember the price of stuff, but it was expensive-ish. Not expensive restaurant, but it was two tingies, €2.
Oh, yeah. It's the rating.
I'd say more 2.5, to be honest, than 3.
Oh.
Than 2. I would actually no 3, because they use 3 for stuff that's a place you go that gets an €18 burger and a place that's €30 burger.
I was going to say, because the ones with 2 are affordable.
Like a Boojum.
No, Boojum is a 1. Let's be honest. It's fast food.
Okay, I guess, but all right, then I guess this place is €3 signs on. You know what I'm talking about anyway. So
if you know, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But it wasn't too bad. There's a bunch of different things on the menu, and that was pretty much it. I was sick, for a few days, and then you can probably kind of hear, but I'm getting better. So
you have to recover.
I need a full recovery. But that wasn't gonna stop us from coming to you this week with your dose of TAE Time Podcast, reads out Reddit stories and gives you our info on them, because it's great content. TikTok Reels,
they're eating them up.
They love that shit. Our normal topics are nice, people like watching it, but it doesn't do as well on the socials as these things do. That's because kids are lazy. They just people reading out bedtime stories to them.
Yeah, it's easy to kind of just sit back though, and it's someone's reading, and then you're like, oh, let me give my take on this. How do I feel about this? So although if we were to talk about our own experiences, technically it would be the same thing. It's just not written down. And we could write our own stories and talk about them. Nobody would ever know.
They would never know. Maybe.
Maybe
that's coming up to the next TAE Time Podcast near you.
Well, look on Reddit on all these threads that we use to read stories from. So, onto the first story of today's podcast. It's Am I the Asshole story? And it goes like this. Am I the asshole for trying to talk my friend out of taking a paternity test? My friend Nick and his wife Jess just had a baby. I'm close friends with both of them. The baby looks just like Nick. There's no question they're related. One of Nick's friends is a bit of a MGTO. What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know what that meant. MGTO.
Type of guy. And he brainwashed Nick into wanting to take a paternity test. Nick asked my advice on how to bring up this topic with Jess. I was shocked. I thought their relationship was good and they trusted each other, and the baby looks just like Nick. I started asking Nick questions as to why he thinks Jess cheated. What did she do that made him suspicious? He admitted that she didn't do anything, but he needs this test to be certain. So I told Nick that it's a bad idea and could really hurt Jess. She had an extremely traumatic birth. The baby was huge. She didn't get an epidural and everything ripped. I think she might even have postpartum depression. What she needs is support and love, not accusations of cheating. He kept saying he needs this to be certain and Jess should be understanding. So I asked him how he would feel if Jess asked for a paternity test for him and Anna's, his female best friend's baby, who was born last year. He said it would be really disappointed in Jess and it would make him rethink their entire relationship, possibly even break up. But it's different because Jess doesn't have to spend money on and raise Anna's baby thinking it's hers when it might not be. Nick is now mad at me for not supporting and helping him. He says that I'm a woman and I could never understand how it is to be the father, and I'm not even trying to understand it, which is partially true. But I can say the same thing about him, that he's not even trying to understand how it is to the mother to be baselessly accused of cheating after such a traumatic birth. Am I the asshole?
Not at all. Damn. Like, could you imagine going through pain, suffering, going through everything? Yeah, and the baby even looks like you. Because, it's one thing if the baby doesn't look like you, but the baby looks like you. And then it's like, hey, is that mine? Just because some random guy, that's like your friend tells you to.
It reminds me of like when everyone was like saying that Stormy is not Travis's baby.
Oh, yeah.
And Kylie was like, guys, what the hell?
Who the hell's else baby? Is it Tigers? It's not.
No, it was meant to be her bodyguard.
Oh, yeah. They're all like,
she looked like
those are the bodyguard. It's always the bodyguards, man. But no, that story is wild. Like, because I was like, oh, absolutely, this person is like not the asshole. This guy is being dumb. But then it got me thinking, like, so how would you feel, not even in this scenario, but like in general, being asked for a paternity test? How would you as a woman take it?
I'd feel really crap, honestly. It's like your partner doesn't like have any faith or trust in you, especially when it looks like you. Like, whose else's could it be? And it's like, what's the point of this? Like, I've just been with you and like nobody else.
Yeah.
And
okay.
It's that ruining that trust.
How about if the baby doesn't look like him? How do you take it then?
It's still rough, but at least you're trying to understand where he's coming from in a way. Like, say we have a baby and the kid is just pure
rice-skinned,
white. Like, do you know what I mean?
From the mountains of Caucasus.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I would question the baby too. I'd be like, whose baby is that?
You did not pull that baby out of me. That's a white baby. That's a rice baby.
Like, do you know what I mean? I feel like it's understandable as a dad because I'm trying to put myself in your shoes too. And it's like, I trust my wife so much and I feel so guilty to even bring this up. But if I don't, then it's like eating at me, I guess,
Yeah.
So it's like, like it is what it is. Just do a paternity test.
Yeah. But, I'll give you boys some advice here. This is some class A1 freak advice. Always ask for a paternity test.
Even if you're sure. In this day and age, after God, fear women. Because I'll tell you right now, there are too many stories of guys raising babies for 18 plus years only to find out later that child was not theirs and it was the neighbor's. I get it.
It is so common nowadays.
I get it, yeah.
Like, I'm joking, obviously, but like, if you have any doubt in your mind, even if it's a fucking sliver of doubt, just ask for one and just get one. Because until the day you die, until you find out, you will never, it will eat at you forever.
Whereas I feel like that kind of bit of broken trust with your partner, you can rebuild that. If it's your kid, like, especially. If it's not, then like good on you. But like, if it is your kid, you can rebuild that. You can make it up to her.
Exactly. You can rebuild that trust. Like, if you have any sort of doubt. Like, this story is different. This guy had no doubt until his friend was like, yo, you should do it. You should do it.
Well, what do you do if your friends start questioning your kid?
If they looked at my kid and they're like, yo, it doesn't look like you. Or like,
kind of looks a bit like the neighbor.
They're like, this kid doesn't really look like you. I would then start looking at the kid and really analyzing. It's like, doesn't look like me. And if I can get to a point where I'm like, yeah, it does look like me, then it doesn't matter. But if I ever have a doubt that it doesn't look like me, like, let's say they placebo me, essentially,
Yeah.
I'm asking for a thing.
Okay.
I fully believe that if you have any doubt, just it's just one quick DNA test, see, bada bing, bada boom, is it mine? It is.
But you know what? I feel like friends are so influential when it comes to, well, anything in life really. But you know, your clique becomes a bit more like it's planting a seed in your brain.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like day by day, you're looking at the kid and you're like, yeah, you know what?
His eyebrows are a little bit off.
Yeah, a little bit on the wonk.
The lips are a little bit flat.
Whose goddamn baby is that?
Whose goddamn what baby is this? But no, honestly, like he's an asshole. You're in the right lady. You told him off the way you should have. It's just kind of like a strange situation because like he's kind of set it in his head, and like realistically he has to now go do that paternity test, otherwise he's just not going to sleep well, you know. And as I said, like if you have even a sliver of doubt, just go get a fucking paternity test. Like, and that's why I wanted to ask you, like, you know, because you're a woman, like how would you feel? Because I feel like it's better for everyone involved. Yeah. Because like there are some women who are like who refuse outright to give the guy paternity test. They're like, this is your baby. Yeah. But I feel like when you double down on it, it makes me doubt the baby's legitimacy even more, even if you're saying the truth, you know? It's like, you should just trust me. Yeah. You know?
Source, trust
me, it's like,
me,
no,
bro.
I can't trust you, bro.
Yeah. So there's this other side of me, right, that's thinking you have a partner now who's a little bit doubtful of your kid, if it is his or not. And if I really think about it, I would rather him be 100% certain and be there for me and the kid and like have zero trust issues than have like someone who's constantly doubting everything and like it could really seep into other issues.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
Start other issues.
Absolutely.
And it could be his kid, but without even knowing, no matter how much he's convinced himself in his brain, I think it could really start to trigger like other issues in the relationship.
To be honest, paternity test should just come with birth. It should just be like, here's the baby. Here's the cert. Good luck.
Oh my God. That would just get rid of so many problems.
No, you'd have a lot of single mothers out there. Because a lot of yous are lying about whose kid that is.
Do you think there'd be women like bribing the doctor?
I mean, like,
his name
absolutely.
On the cert.
I mean, like, absolutely. She's like, I will give you so much money. Just put his freaking name on that cert.
Oh my God.
This is not his baby.
That could be such a like low.
I know that's
business.
the thing. That's the thing about what's it called? Like illegitimate children. The only person who knows is the woman herself.
Unless she's been sleeping around with the whole time.
And then she's like, whose baby is this?
I'm gonna pick you.
Yeah, exactly. But like, you know, if it's like a thing that just happens to be like timing, like, you know, she just happens to cheat and then bam, you know, it gets knocked up. You never know. Yeah. The only person who knows is her.
I know.
So how am I meant to trust you, bro? Like, obviously, the idea is that you marry someone, have a child with someone who you fully 100% trust, and you know they don't betray you like that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if there's a little sliver.
Okay, what happens, right? If say you don't have any doubt, blah blah, the kid is like 12 years old.
Yeah.
And now you're starting to question, like, because other people have planted some seeds in your brain that it might not be your kid, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, And
no, at 12 years old, I'm not opening Pandora's box. It's a lost cause. Okay.
I was thinking because, you know, at that stage, that kid has been so involved with
exactly.
you.
Like, I just care. I just like the kid. But, like, before I want to get involved with the kid, I want to know, you know, if I doubt. Yeah. But if I have doubts after I've been involved with the kid for a long time, I'm not opening Pandora's box. I'd rather just suffer for the rest of my life and just love the kid.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like, I would have already been emotionally attached to the kid. And I couldn't, and I'm the type of person that couldn't just drop it straight away. Mm-hmm. Like, I couldn't just drop that attachment because, oh, you're not mine, bye, peace.
I like that because I feel like a lot of people are very quick to just drop out. And it's like that, if you think about it, the kid didn't do anything.
Oh,
wrong.
absolutely.
Like,
yeah, no, like, it's not the kid's fault. Absolutely. No. But, like, also on the other hand, I can see why the other people would drop out, and I can't fault them for it because they're like, you're making me waste time, money, effort on like this thing that's not even mine, but in reality.
But
like,
then how much do you love the kid really?
Yeah, like, man, people have different mentalities. To me, I could never do that. As I said, I'd rather not open Pandora's box. I'm like, I love this kid. It is my kid. Like, even if I was to find out it wasn't my kid, it's still my kid. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Like, like me and my brother always make a joke of like, I'm never raising another man's kid, but like if I fall in love with the kid,
And you just,
I'm raising the kid, like,
that's it.
You know,
that's it. I don't know. I guess to me, it just goes to show a lot about people's willingness to love like kids that are not theirs.
Yeah.
Like if you're to adopt a kid, like I wouldn't want to be treated like I wouldn't want the kid to be treated any different than
But also you have to also remember that like I think the problem isn't necessarily that it's not theirs, it's the problem is that they feel betrayed.
Yeah.
Like the problem isn't the kid, the problem is the lies that they see every time they see the kid.
Yeah.
You know?
But see, my advice wouldn't be to stay in the relationship because I think it's doomed.
Yeah.
Like the relationship is doomed if the man finds out that it's not his kid.
Yeah.
I think it's okay to separate, but I do think that you should try to keep that connection with the kid.
Yeah, but it's hard for some people because every time they look at the kid, they're like, lies. I've been lied to for 12 plus years.
I don't know. I feel like people just direct their anger always at the wrong people.
Yeah.
Like the kid.
It's just because the kid is a constant reminder.
Let the woman be the constant reminder. So walk away from her, but make sure the relationship with the kid is there because I feel like so many kids just grew up like innocent and just ended up paying
for like someone else's fucking misdeeds.
That's a good one. That's a good chat. On to the next story. Am I the asshole for telling my brother's wife to F off and kicking her out of my house? I, 26 male, recently just moved back home after graduating from college and successfully building my career in that state. When I came back, I found out that I had a child by my ex that I broke things off with before leaving for college. I'm becoming active in my son's life for the first time. I missed and I told my family about the situation. Of course, they were happy for me, but urged me to get a paternity test just to be sure I wasn't taking care of someone else's kid. This will be important for context later. Yesterday was my 26th birthday, and I decided to have a cookout with some family members and invited my son and his mother. I told my family to bring whoever they wanted, and my brother brought her fiance. I've met her before when my family flew out to visit me for my birthday last year. I always got the sense that she didn't like me for some reason, but it wasn't whatever. I didn't really care. Everything was going well. My brother and I grilled up some good food and we played the beanbag toss game with my son and the rest of the family. When chatting with my mother, brother, and his fiance, my mother told me how happy she was for me that I have a son. Before I could thank her, I heard my brother's wife mumble, "If the brat is even yours." I told her to speak the hell up and say it to me instead of hiding under her breath. She seemed shocked at first, but then she said, "I said if that brat is even yours. How do we know his mother wasn't hoeing around while you were gone?" She also said my son survived long enough without me and that he doesn't need another crappy parent. I told her to F herself and that she has no right to disrespect me in my home and that she's lucky my brother even saved her from the crack house she came from in the first place. Then I told her to GTFO. She turned around and started to leave, then yelled for my brother to come with her, to which he said, and I quote, "Nah, thanks though, see you at home." As close to me as my brother are, I for sure thought he would have followed her. My brother obviously thought she was in the wrong, but my parents, for some reason, other family members later told me I was wrong for bringing up her past publicly and that I owed her an apology. I don't see what for, and neither does my brother, the literal husband of this woman. But maybe I'm tripping.
Nah, you're not tripping. Fuck this bitch. Fuck this bitch. Can you imagine? Well, there's a lot of things that got touched on this. Let's start from the top. How the hell did your ass go to college, get a job, and you did not know you had a son chilling out there? Imagine life.
I don't know. And this is an educated person who.
Well, I assumed like they stopped talking. I assume like it actually does happen. It's like it's just funny, like because I assume the ex never told him.
My point was this is an educated person who hasn't gotten a paternity test already.
Yeah. Well, there was an update that he did get a paternity test and it's 100% his, but he said he knew because the kid literally looks like him when he was that age, so it 100% confirmed the son is his.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I assume like the ex didn't like tell him or whatever, and decided whatnot. But the thing is, like, why the hell would your one's fiance say that? That is so uncalled for. That is not your place.
Yeah, not your business.
It's not your business. Is if you want to say that to yourself in your head.
Yeah.
Don't even whisper it, right? Because your man was like, say that with your chest. He was like, say it with your chest. So if you're gonna whisper under your breath, say it with your chest.
And she said it with her chest.
And she said it with her chest, though.
I'll give her props for that.
But no, the biggest part of this story to me was the brother is like being like, nah, thanks. Because I do the same. If that was my brother, like, brotherly, like, I'm like, no, you are fucked. You are the wrong person here, Even if it's my wife, what the fuck is going through your head that you would say that? And what? Disrespecting my family, my brother for what? Like, I'm not backing you. I cannot back you in that scenario. I cannot back you.
Yeah.
Not even for like a show because you're my wife. I'm not backing you. I can't. I just can't back you there,
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know. I think she's so in the wrong, like.
Yeah, like, it's so wrong.
But at the same time, I'd stand up for my husband no matter what.
No, I couldn't do that. I can't back. Because there's certain things you're like, oh.
I think you can just talk to them about it later.
I think if they're lying about something, quote unquote, you like back them low-key and be like, yo, why'd you do that, right? But not when they go like, if the brat is even yours.
I feel like in the
the
situation that my partner, right, is wrong about something or like says some snarky remark, you can call them out in front of people. You could be like,
absolutely,
that's not cool. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then be like, let's just go home. But I wouldn't just let them go by themselves.
I would be like, say sorry right now. And as I say sorry right now, and if you're like, no, I'm like, then you're going home by yourself.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
It's tough because I would like to believe that people... I don't know, but people just change over time. But I'd like to believe that people like don't just get in relationships with people they don't, they're not like kind or like them or would say something like outrageous. But I guess like slip ups happen or whatever, and you can call them out.
Yeah.
But I think this is your partner. It's not like you're putting everyone else before her or whatever. This is your family, your current family, and I think just letting them walk away by themselves is just kind of like.
No, absolutely, I'm doing it. Because
what kind of backing do you have for your partner then?
It's not even about backing, like, and this is actually one thing I was gonna chalk on is like if you would go or not. I can't back someone when I like, for me, like, if that is that scenario, I'd be like, yo, like, that was uncalled for. That was very rude of you. Mm-hmm. Please say sorry right now. Mm-hmm. And if you're gonna die on that hill, then I'm done on the hill to tell you to fuck off by yourself. And then I'll meet you later. Because if you're willing to die on a hill for something that you know is goddamn disrespectful, right? And you don't want to admit it, I will die on the hill and be like, go home by yourself and we'll fight about this later.
Okay.
Because I can't let you openly disrespect someone I'm close to like that, and then you're not willing to like say sorry.
I don't know. Obviously it depends on the situation and stuff. Like say if you were to like, I don't know, disrespect like a sibling's kid or something or whatever it is, I think I'd call you out and just pull you aside for a few minutes so we can talk it out. There's just no way I would let you leave by yourself. I just stand by, my people, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, but like, I don't know. I guess this is just one of those things that, because like for me, I'm like, yo, this is my brother, my sister, or whoever it is.
You're also your wife.
Yeah, but this is my brother. Like,
so it's brothers over what?
No, it's not that. It's like, as in like, you are both equally close to me. You're both people that are deep in my life. And that's why I would be like, yo, say sorry right now. Like, I wouldn't even be mad at you. I'd be like, yo, say sorry right now. Like, that was very rude of you.
But if they're struggling to like see what like they did wrong or whatever they said, pull them to the side, have a quick chat.
No. I'm doing it right there in front of everyone. Like, in that spot, I would be like, yo.
You really can't diffuse situations.
I'd be like, oh my God. Because I think I would be vexed. I would be vexed. Because I'm like, if you're gonna.
But that's not how you diffuse.
I'm not a diffuser.
No, you're not.
I'm not a diffuser. I fucking put kerosene on the fire.
Yeah.
I fucking light that shit up even more.
You're an instigator.
I'm not an instigator, but I don't take. I guess I don't take shit to people I care about. Like even if it's from other people, I.
It's not about things being said, disrespectful things being said. It's about how you handle the situation yourself to diffuse it, because the last thing you want is for them to just never want to speak to each other ever again.
I'm like, yo, that's your fault, fam.
Whose fault? Like, who's leaving?
Like, if it was my wife that said, I'm like, it's my wife's fault that they're in bad terms.
So,
and forever I'd be like, you guys are in bad terms because of you.
I don't know. This is just not how you fix situations in the long term.
Who's trying to fix anything? Maybe I want beef. That's beef.
Nobody
spice.
likes beef with family members, especially. You try to keep it as calm.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm sure my mom will try to sort it out. But me, God knows, I'm not doing it.
Oh my God, you're so terrible at this, guys. Never let him in charge of try to calm anyone down.
I'm not doing it. No, I will die on that hill.
Like, Jason, look at me. You're not being yourself, right?
Oh God. But then the other thing as well on that story is the whole his ex not telling him he had had a child. How do you feel about that? Like what do you think? How would you feel if someone well, obviously, like, you're not a guy, so like you're the one that's popping out the baby, so but like just try to put yourself in the other person's shoes. Like, how do you think you'd feel if someone was to like hide away the fact for you that you had a child and just never told you, and you only found out years later?
See, I didn't even see it as hiding. I saw it as like, she's being so respectful, letting him finish his studies.
No, she was hiding that shit.
I don't know, because is it hiding? It's hard to raise a kid by yourself.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that. I tell you straight up, I'm like, come mind your child.
Yeah, I would love to find out. I would love to know how he found out he had a kid.
Yeah.
Like, did she reach out to him, or was she like unsure for a long time?
Or maybe she wanted to cut ties with him.
Yeah, or something. Maybe there was a bad breakup, and then she had the baby, and she's like, I have no interest in having him in my life. But apparently they're doing well now, so like it doesn't sound like it was a bad breakup.
Kids
I'd
can
love
bring
to know.
people together. Yeah. They can whatever. Yes, but I there's obviously some reason behind it, but I do respect that she just kind of, I don't know, she let him finish his career, let him have his fun. It wasn't like, come take care of your child right now. I don't know if
I don't think it was out of respect. I find that hard to believe.
I think it's she wanted to move on without him.
Yeah, I think she wanted to move on.
Yeah, I know, but like she could have as well not wanted him to be part of it, but asked for money.
Yeah.
Or something.
True.
Do you get what I mean? She didn't. She just cut ties. Was like, I'm raising this kid by myself.
Yeah, and now look.
Well, it was a happy ending in the end, I suppose. As happy as they get. Okay, so this is very, very short one, and I came across a subreddit recently called More Plates, More Dates. Because, like the gym bro was like, yeah.
Oh, I was like, more plates as in more food, more dates?
No, more plates. Sorry. Okay. The only no, let me rephrase that, because you know what? He has stars around only. So, the only reason women wear revealing and tight outfits at the gym is to attract attention. Change my mind. There's absolutely no benefit to wearing tight short shorts and a sports bra at the gym other than attracting as much attention as you can. Compression and keeping parts from flopping around are valid reasons, but that's literally what underwear does.
Honestly, this isn't even my place to talk. Please, Nicoletta, enlighten us. This is not my place.
No, because you know what? Do you as a male feel like girls are trying to...
I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
It's not about caring. Yeah. It's about disgusting.
Yeah, no. But I said, like, I really don't care what people wear in the gym. That I couldn't even give a shit that if the person wants to do it for attracting, if they want to do it for their comfort, if they want to do it for whatever, that's on them.
But that's not what the question is.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Okay, so why do you think they do?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm asking you.
You're not giving us anything.
I just gave you. I don't think it's because of whatever attention. I think it's because they're like, oh, gym gear comfortable. I think it's more of a marketing scheme, if anything. They fell for Gymshark's marketing.
Yeah, I agree, because some of the comments said as well, it's like it's literally a branding thing. Like if I wanted to go out and buy some clothing, whatever, I'm automatically faced with like all these influencers who are wearing these things, and I'm like, well, I want to wear those things if I'm in the gym. Like, I want to look like that if I'm in the gym. But part of it like is obviously sexualization of how they look, because why, like, they look the way they look, you know, and I want to look like them. Why do I want to look like them? Because they look like really hot, right? Yeah. And it's like, I'm not saying like it's because you want to attract people, but you want to look and feel good. Yeah. Right?
It's more of a confidence thing for yourself, like.
But I'm not surprised if other people are looking. Like, I can't get mad that other people are looking.
I think you can. I think you have every right to get mad.
I think you get mad if they're like, not like if they're like intensively looking at you, or if they're approaching you, or they try to talk to you, like a big no. But if they like glance like and like, oh, nice gains, because I do that to other girls.
Yeah, but like I think you can still get mad at that. That's why I never want to get caught.
Really?
I'm just like,
I look at guys sometimes, I'm like, oh, like, nice.
Oh yeah, but dudes don't give a fuck. I think girls can give out to you. So I think girls can give out to you for like even glancing at their bunda in the gym, you know? And even it could be like short shorts, as you said, just right up, shoved, whatever, you know, like, and the moment they catch you glancing, they don't know how long you've been looking. They can't tell. Even if you were to say, you are then in that moment, in that spot, you're fucked. You're fucked. You're fucked. There is no going back. You're fucked. She can call you out, and there's nothing you can do about it because you looked, and thus she can give you shit. Is it good? No. Is it bad? No. It is what it is, and you're fucked. That's why the floor is very floory, the ceiling is very sealy, and that is it. And like, you know, because I never want to be that guy who gets caught looking like some girl's ass, even if it's for like a nanosecond. Because as far as she sees it, creep. And I'm done. My life is over. Let alone if she decided to call it out.
I lost my gym membership.
Like, if she lets to call it out, my life is over. Yeah. So why would I risk it? Honestly, it's not worth it.
I don't know. I'm trying to see it. Especially, you know what recently happened with the girl who, was it the guy who glanced at her? And then she was like, do you have a problem?
Oh, yeah. On TikTok. And she added the captions and everything.
And everyone was on his side afterwards. Like, they were like, girl, like...
Yeah, but initially everyone was destroying that guy in the comments when she first put it out.
I guess it was on her account because, like, if people are following you, this is what they're going to do. But, like, the reality check, like, hello, no. Like, because, like I said, there's a difference between, like, a glance, that's exactly what he did, like, just kind of... It wasn't even an attractive way.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, and that's the thing, you need video proof. Yeah. Because if you don't, like, as I said, if a girl just saw me glance, I have no proof that was a glance, you know, or like, oh, sorry, I wasn't actually looking at you. My eyes just moved and I just saw you and I moved away. They're like, no, you're a pervert.
I don't know. Do you know what? I feel like sometimes with all this gym wear, like, there needs to be some fucking limits, because I've seen some shorts, like underwear. Do you know what I mean?
Take no part in
what she's
saying right now.
I've seen some shorts, like as in like boxer, like girl boxer briefs, you know, and I'm like, that's the same to me as someone wearing a flamingo suit in the gym. Like, I'm like, what's going on? This is not the place to wear this, you know?
But if they're comfortable in it, though,
I don't know.
Why does it matter if it's comfortable? I mean, their place or not place, you know?
I don't know, because I just feel like
unless the gym has rules about. And even that's controversial. Like, the airplane
has rules on what you can wear.
Yeah, because you're flying in their aircraft in the sky.
Yeah, but
it's not a public space.
They're still, like, policing what you wear.
Yeah, and they get a lot of shit for that. Let's not lie.
Do they, though?
Yeah, like, every time you see a story of a woman getting kicked off or whatever she's wearing, that is a whole hullabaloo. Like, you know, so, like, I think we shouldn't just give out to people or about what they wear, and we should just don't care, because I think it's easy for a woman to give out about other women's thing, but I think a guy has no place in there to give out, like, because you just end up looking so bad.
What I'm thinking though, like, I wouldn't give out to someone in a flamingo suit or in shorts.
Oh no,
but I would look.
No.
Why are you giving out to me for looking?
No. Yeah. It's once again, it's so easy from your perspective to say that. It's not easy from a guy perspective to say that. I can't say, why are you giving out to me for looking? Deep that. Take the scenario. You're in the gym. You're wearing Gymshark leggings, right? Mm-hmm. Your bunda is baboing around. I happen to glance for a nanosecond, literally like a, all right? But you catch me do that. And you're like, sorry, do you have a problem? And then I go, why are you giving out to me for looking? How does that sound? It sounds mad.
But why am I giving out to you for looking? Wait a damn minute. Like, you just kind of glance, like, whatever.
No. I
don't know.
Boys,
you know
respect your life right now and just do not get... Like, if you're going to do it and don't get caught. Just respect yourself.
No, definitely. I feel like guys have it tough these days in the gym. Like, they do. Like, because you will be called
violated.
Out. You will
be violated.
And it's very easy.
You will be a pervert, a creep. Yeah. You know.
But you know what? There's a lot of creeps out there, like as in who would like come up to you.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
and, like,
a bunch of creeps.
Try to like talk to you, like.
And I don't want to be associated with them.
Yeah.
I do not want to be seen as the same category.
I wonder though.
Because think about it, a guy who glances and a guy who literally stares, ogles, like drools at you, same category, same box, creep.
Guys, girls, is it the same? Like, is it really?
It's the same box.
Is there a difference? I wonder if the guy is attractive.
Oh, I would.
If it's your gym crush.
Yeah, controversially, I think absolutely. I don't even think it's controversial. I think everyone can pretty much agree that. I think if it's like, especially in the case of a gym crush, you're like, stare at my bunda. You're like, look, I want you to come here and look, type of thing. And if it's a guy that you find attractive, you're like, oh, he finds me attractive. No. But like, if it's someone that you have no sexual attraction to whatsoever, it's like you're a creep.
Shriveled.
But that's just life,
That is just life.
Good-looking people get away with a lot of things,
Because I
pretty privilege.
Yeah. Do you know this guy on TikTok who like walks on the street randomly and just like looks back at girls and like gets that connection?
Yeah.
Imagine if it was some like
they're like, what are you doing?
Why are you looking at me?
What are you doing? Avert your gaze.
I don't know. It's such a tough one. Honestly,
it's not. It's very simple. Just don't look if you're a guy, or either if you want to look, don't get caught.
But it's tough. I come from. I look at everyone.
Yeah, because you're a girl.
It's look easy. At what they're wearing. Like, I'm admiring. You
can't do that as a guy. You can marry dudes, but you can't marry girls.
Yeah. What if guys started to be like, "Do you have a problem? Why are you looking at me?"
That's never happened.
I know, but like, imagine if it did. That'd be funny. Not funny, haha. Funny, weird. Oh, I'm sorry. So, my husband plays WoW.
World of Warcraft.
And he was upset that our upcoming newborn's delivery is conflicting with his raid schedule.
To be honest, I'd be upset too.
I've never felt so hurt. I've tolerated his gaming habits for the entirety of the relationship because I don't want to be a controlling wife and I want him to be happy. It's only the past 3 years that he's come to bed extremely late. He talks about the game all the time and I let him indulge in his info dumping. I'm setting to go to the hospital on Monday as I might be close to delivering our first child. He said that his raid with the guild is on Tuesday and Thursday, and he's fighting the final boss of Mythic, and this might be his only chance to do it. The baby might be delivered next week. I don't know how I feel about this or how to process this. I'm so afraid he will choose the game over us.
Okay, moral of the story, don't pick the game over your kid, please, for your sake. But as an avid gamer, someone who does playing MMORPGs that have raids, and I know the time, effort, and time sink that goes into them, I can come and help you back. I can back you up here. Oh, I'm not going to back you for missing it, because God don't do that, as I said. But I can back the idea is you play this game for months. You put hundreds of hours into it to get ready for this thing. Eventually, this thing is coming around. I'm not even talking about the baby now. I'm just talking about any event, right? And then eventually, there's something that might conflict with it. There's always going to be a bit of you're like, oh, I've been looking forward to it. It's like, you spent hours getting ready, putting in time, doing whatever, only for you to not be able to do it. Like, it's like, for example, You train for a marathon.
Mm-hmm.
You train for a fucking marathon. You do it. You do your practice marathons. You do everything. You do whatever. You get ready. You do whatever, and you're ready to do it. And on the day of the marathon, something else is conflicting, and you can't do the marathon.
Yeah.
You feel cheated because you've been like getting ready for this thing, and you wanted to see what you could do.
So,
but
I get it.
Oh no! But obviously, I don't think you should fucking miss the birth of your child. I don't like. Once again, don't get me wrong. I'm not giving you guys excuses here. Don't miss the birth of your child for this.
Yeah.
But like, I can understand if it's like, for example, let's say it was like a party or something.
Yeah.
I'd miss a fucking party for a fucking to do that raid. Like a party is last minute.
Depends on the party. Like depends on the party. Like if it's like a wedding party, but it's different. These things are planned in advance.
Like, yeah, exactly.
I think I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I see the like disappointment. Like there's different disappointments in like day-to-day lives. Like maybe like we got called into work late or whatever, and when you look forward to whatever your evening, it's these type of situations.
Yeah.
But guess what? You prioritize.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's priority number one? It should be your child.
Yeah, it should be the birth of your child.
Honest.
It should be the birth of like. Don't get me wrong. You can be upset. You can be like, damn.
Yeah.
You can be like when you have the baby in your arms, like you really had to pop out now.
God
you couldn't
damn.
pop out a week earlier.
Yeah.
But I love you still. You know, but like I wouldn't miss the birth of my child.
You know, it worries me a little bit that if he's like this with like the birth of the kid, how present is he gonna be in the kid's life?
Probably present enough to teach him how to play WoW, and then they can play WoW together.
What if the kid has zero interest? I don't want this one.
I would actually imagine my kid wasn't into like at least one thing I'm like really into.
I don't believe you'd care.
I wouldn't care, but I'd be like, let's say I had two kids, and one of them was into at least one thing that I was really into, and we could bond over that, and the other one was like completely different for me. There's clearly a favorite there. I'm not gonna lie. There's a favorite there. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But there's a favorite there.
But you know what? I think you, as a parent, obviously should really partake in whatever hobbies the kid has interest in.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's different throughout the ages. At the age of 4, trying to get them to game might be really annoying. But maybe getting
kids like 4 are they and in this day and age, iPad kiddies, they're ready. They can hold controllers, they can do mad things.
Yeah,
don't
I
worry
know.
about it.
But like I don't know, like maybe like some complex boring game like Elden Ring to them. Like it's just
I could see my 4-year-old
I don't know.
killing all these motherfuckers.
I think they'd just be really interested in like the main events. Kids get bored very quickly.
Yeah.
But
that's why video games are great for them, because it's just colors and things moving all the time.
It depends on the game. Like you could play Mario Kart with them and they'd be happy for
they're
forever.
fucking
Like they're like
they could go around in a circle and their
wired.
fucking brain is on fire.
But then again, if your 4-year-old wants to play Barbies, you better
yeah, I'll play Barbies with
play
you.
Barbies.
You and your shitty lore, like fucking all
is what
Barbie
it
seems to do is
is.
sit down and drink tea. The fuck you mean? She has no life. She's
listen.
just a bum.
Oh my god, I feel like if we end up having like a little girl, she's gonna talk like a proper road man. Like talking with the little Barbies, like
It's like, damn, you're always cute.
Foo. Actually, what I really want to like quickly touch on, like, and I think I read a story before. It was like, you know, the incompatibility in like hobbies, and how, you know, at the start it's like all good, and then you later find out that you're not doing anything with your partner.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
And like, I don't know, how would you feel if your partner had no interest in
like no interest whatsoever? Like, it's so not even like they're not like, for example, take video games. Like, they're not interested in watching me play. I mean, they're not interested in playing, and they're not even interested in watching me play, or they're not even interested in listening to me talk about it.
I think no, let's say they are willing to listen because they understand it makes you happy.
Yeah, I think I could do that. Like, if they're like, you know, but the thing is, I'm the type of person, I find it hard to talk to someone about something when they don't do that thing. I feel like I'm just wasting my time, because I'm like, you can't really give me feedback, because I like back and forth.
Have a conversation.
You know, I like to have a conversation about it. I don't like
really
talking to someone about something when they like I wouldn't want to be like spilling the guts about this game that I'm really into to someone if they weren't willing to reciprocate and be like, oh yeah, blah 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 blah. I don't know.
But I don't know. That's a tough one, because I'm the type of person who I will blab about something that I like, just as long as you ask some questions in there and I'm like, keep going. And I think I'm a person who likes to hear other people speak, and I will I will continue to ask questions and stuff. And
that makes sense. But I guess for me, it's just like I like the stimulation of like going back and forth about something, being like, oh yeah, and it's like yeah, and it's like, oh yeah, that kind of thing.
So I understand that the conversation might not be as engaging to you as it would be with your friends, but I hope that you understand the importance of having the conversation with your partner.
I don't. I'm really bad for that.
Yeah, because communicating about things that you're interested in can really bring you a little bit closer, because like,
but how? Because if they can't get back.
First of all, you're checking out if they listen to what's important to you, right? Second of all, like, maybe it will pique their interest. Maybe there's something that you're talking about, like,
but I feel like I would try to do it. Like, for example, if I'm into games, I will try to find a game that I think based off their personality they might like, and be like, would you want to try this?
Or maybe if they just they have no interest, but they can talk about it, or then they can like ask you a little bit more about it. Show interest in whatever you're doing.
Yeah, take notes, guys.
Because if you're just
too late for me. But
yeah,
it's not too
if
late
you're
for
just
you guys.
limiting yourself to your group of people that you game with, you're automatically making it unattractive to your partner to want to take any interest, because it's like, well, I'm just gonna be seen as dumb by my partner if I even try.
Well, I don't even think I don't see this person as dumb.
You don't see it as that, but I would feel dumb if it's like, oh, they don't even want to talk to me about it because they think I can't have a conversation about it.
I don't even think, for me, it's like, it's not that they can't have a conversation. It's like, I feel like I'm just wasting their time. Like, I feel like it's like, what's the point? Like, it's a different story if like something you're invested in. Like, I'm the type of person, like, I don't mind listening to stuff that I'm invested in, but I hate telling people things they're not invested in, because I feel like I'm wasting their time. And it's just a personal mental thing.
So at the start you mentioned it's a waste of your time and you don't want to talk about it.
No, I said I don't like not being able to go back and forth. But when I'm talking about waste of time, I'm saying like, I feel like I'm also wasting their time because we're not able to go back and forth.
So I don't think so. I think someone who is showing interest is clearly not a waste of time. I'm the type of person who I like to be asked about, like, if I'm reading a story, I like to be asked about the story. Fair. If my partner is reading something, I'll be like, tell me about it. And I wouldn't want to be shut out of it, because then it makes me show no interest in whatever that thing is. Fair. So I think just whatever it is, like, talk about it, conversate. And like I said, it's important to see if your partner is willing to listen, if they're paying attention, if they're interested.
Testing them all the time.
It's not a test.
That sounds like such a great relationship.
No, it's not a test.
Well, it technically is. Testing to see if they're listening. Testing if they're interested.
That's not what I meant. I think like I would listen because I care. And it's like, you trust them to listen because it's something that you care about. And if they don't, bring it to their attention. It's like, oh, if they ask, oh, like, why are you not including me in this? It's like, oh, because I feel like you don't listen. I feel like you are not interested. Whatever it is.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I think just ask questions, be engaged. Here we go. On to the last story of today. My husband ignores chores if I don't tell him to do it.
He's the asshole. Bye-bye.
It's not even a my the asshole question. Girl's just looking for some advice.
I know. I'm just saying.
Okay. Me and my husband are newlywed and both in our 20s. I love him, and generally, I'm very satisfied with our marriage. But there's one thing that bothers me a lot. He won't do a chore unless I tell him to do it. If he sees the laundry basket being full or the kitchen being dirty, he won't take care of it unless I specifically ask him, can you do the laundry? Or, can you clean the kitchen? It's very frustrating, especially now that I am sick and can't do housework as much. It feels like I have a 12-year-old son that needs to be micromanaged rather than just look with his eyes, see the chore, and take care of it himself. If I ask him, he always does it, but why do I need to ask? Our definition of clean is the same, so it's not about him not being bothered by some dust, but more like food leftovers on the counter, dishes, etc. It makes me worried for the future because I've spoken up about it and nothing changed, and leaving the house dirty for a week is not an option as I have a very bad dust allergy. If the house is not clean, getting a maid is not an option either, as it's a waste of money and he won't agree to pay for it. Our house is quite small, so genuinely there's no need for a maid. Anyone else had this problem and solved it? Can anyone relate? Please help.
That's interesting. because he doesn't complain when he's asked to do it, like, and he just does it willingly and goes about it. But also, she's talked to him about the fact that he doesn't just go about doing it straight away when he sees it, and he has to be told. So it just makes me feel like his brain is just like, he sees it, but like his brain just blanks on it, and like he doesn't like really like acknowledge it. And then when she like calls his attention, she's like, oh yeah, actually, yeah, that is dirty. Let me go clean that. You know, I feel like that's how that's how I'm imagining it, and I feel like that's really like, I don't know how you can fix that. I think it's a habit, like that. It's just a habit that he's in, and it would take a lot for him to like unlearn it. You know, because if he's willing and he's not complaining, then he has no problem doing it. So it's not like he's like, oh, I'll leave it for her. I think it sounds like he's just not recognizing it in his brain. And then once you call attention to it, like, it's like how, like, you know, that whole thing of like, for example, you're like, oh, you never notice red cars, and I point out a red car to you, and then you just, and then you're like, oh shit, yeah, there is a red car right there, you know, or something like that, or whatever, you know.
I think it's a little bit different because it's like an everyday task thing.
Yeah, obviously.
And it's interesting that you mentioned the whole like his perception, because a lot of the comments are like, maybe there's like a disorder there, maybe there's something actually up. But I've definitely heard of situations where, you know, the husband is like, or whatever, wife, whatever, is like, won't do things until they're asked to do, and that is not attractive.
No, obviously. You know? I absolutely agree. I think it will eventually become a pet peeve and like something you can't deal with. But in this night specifically, I don't know, I just feel like he's just not, his brain's not calling attention to it until someone calls attention to it for him. Because it would be a different story if he was unwilling or he was grumbling or it was something like that. But the fact that he's just like, she said, oh yeah, he just goes and does it. It means he has no problem with it. It's just that he's just not recognizing, oh shit, I need to do this, you know? And I'd say she should talk to him about it for sure, because it might be equally as frustrating for him as it is for her, without, you know, as in the sense, it's in like, he's like, oh, how am I such a, like, every time she calls out, he's like, how am I such an idiot? Like, how did I not, you know, think of it, notice it, or whatever, you know? Okay. And so maybe they can come to like a, I don't know,
because she did say that they, you know, try to talk about it or whatever, and so.
No, but I mean like more in the sense of like, ask him, yo, what is going on? Like, when you see it, like, what do you think? He's like, whatever, and try, and then be like, how do you feel about me constantly like asking you and stuff, and then maybe.
There's an update. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
It'd be interesting. So okay. She kind of went to explain, because some people, I guess, suggested to like divide chores or have it written up and stuff. So we have divided chores. For example, if one cooks, the other cleans, and he's supposed to clean the toilet, take out the trash, etc. Problem is, I often need to remind him to do his part, otherwise it won't get done. I'm not complaining about the dust part. It was only mentioned as to why don't do anything in the house for a week is not a possible solution for us. As I mentioned in the post, I got very sick and can't do my part of the chores for a few days, as I can't even get up from bed and even shower myself. When he was sick, I took care of all the chores because I couldn't imagine him getting up from bed sick to clean the kitchen or take out the trash. I wanted him to rest and get well. Yeah.
That update really gave us nothing but
I know.
Yeah. Honestly, I think just need to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. Like,
it's a sticky one.
Like, if you're struggling to stay with him, you guys are young, just leave.
Oh yeah, that's always the option, to be honest. Like, at the end of the day,
so. I don't like it because it kind of sounds like a cop-out statement in a lot of these stories.
Yeah, but if you can't deal with it, and he can't notice it, just incompatible.
If it's bothering you this much now, can you imagine how much it's going to bother you like 10 years down the line?
Yeah, exactly. You're just going to be incompatible, and there's no point forcing shit like that. Like, don't put a triangle into a square. Just go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, so I guess that kind of wraps up our podcast of this week. Hope you guys enjoy.
Hope you have everything. Let us know what you think of all the stories. Give your own opinions, and we'll see you next time. Peace.